I see no evidence of any qualifications for that job.
As acting director of national intelligence, Pulte will oversee the nation's 18 intelligence agencies while also keeping his current role as federal housing regulator. He will succeed Tulsi Gabbard, who has announced her resignation last month to support her husband following his diagnosis with a rare form of bone cancer.
Back here in studio with Dan Perry. Dan, is this an increasingly visible trend that we're seeing, putting these politically trusted figures into some highly specialized intelligence roles when they don't have the traditional experience? I want to bring a comparison here in Israel. Roman Goffman, the new head of the Mossad, he has a massive military background, but no experience in the Mossad spy agency. Is this a trend that we're seeing?
Yes. And I would say it's even bigger than how you described it, but it's not universal. It applies to right-wing populist regimes where all authority rests with the government. They promote the idea that there should be very little limits on what the government wants to do, checks and balances and so forth. And they prize loyalty over everything else, including expertise. And indeed, the idea of expertise is seen as some egg-headed idea, something to do with the elites, something undemocratic, and you need ordinary people to do jobs. Now, Director of National Intelligence was set up in the U.S. In the years after 9/11 because of the notion, the assessment by investigators that the cacophony among the labyrinth of American intelligence agencies was unhelpful. No one owned the bottom line. This is as serious as a heart attack job, and every previous director, almost, Tulsi Gabbard somewhat less so, the latest previous Trump appointee, but they all had some version of strategic, military, foreign policy, the national security experience. The idea that was respected, that this is a serious job that should go to someone who can do it well. What are Americans to conclude from the fact that Trump appoints a 38-year-old real estate guy whose main claim to fame is being among the most loyalist of MAGA donation organizers and functionaries, that, well, expertise doesn't matter, and that national security doesn't matter that much, only loyalty to Trump matters. And yeah, we see it everywhere. We see it everywhere. In Israel, it's not just Goffman, who is not a former Mossadnik, that's happened before, but is a person who has specific skeletons that have created an uproar about his viability for the position. And we see it again today. The state comptroller today was elected by the Knesset. The opposition put forth a former Supreme Court judge. Heaven forfend, he's qualified, and he's even conservative. A conservative judge named Elron. Netanyahu put forth his personal attorney for the state comptroller who would investigate his government's actions. So ridiculous was this, that even though the second round vote was a secret ballot, apparently the coalition forced legislators to film themselves in the secret voting area with a phone to prove that they voted the right way, which became a scandal and which is now causing appeals to the same Supreme Court.